This video is about Camila Olmos from San Antonio, Texas. She took her own life, and but why did she do that? What caused her to do that? That's what this video is about. I'm an intuitive psychic medium. I'm going to be offering my opinion on this case. What I'm getting on her is, she has some form of mental illness, and according to the sheriff and what he said in the news, he had some reports of self-harm thoughts and depression. But many people have mental illness and they don't take their own lives. What I'm getting on what happened to her is, she had mental illness and depression and so on. What I'm getting on, I'm getting that the house itself had what we call negative entities in it. There were several negative entities in it, and what these are, the church calls them evil spirits, demons, etc. And again, there were two dark portals in her bedroom. Dark portals are openings in our reality that evil spirits come in and out from their reality to our reality, and they can inhabit people that there are, especially with mental illness, is like a magnet. They're attracted to those people that had autism, any and all kinds of mental issues. They're attracted to them, and they inhabit their bodies, and they can manipulate their thoughts, manipulate their actions, that can cause the person to harm themselves or hurt others. They can, like I said, give you thoughts of self-harm. You can hear voices in your head telling you to do something that out of character for you, to harm yourself or harm others. And they're attracted to people that have mental illness, autism, people that are heavy drug users, have addictions, heavy alcoholism. There are many ways you can get them, but some things I'm going to hold back because that would just I don't want to add more pain to the family, but there was something else that contributed to it. But I'm not going to go into that. But what happened is she had one negative entity in her, an evil spirit. There were several in the house, and there were like two doorways for the evil spirits to come in and out. So basically, I think the church calls it oppressed. Not totally possessed, but oppressed, meaning that have evil spirits in them, but not totally overtaken. But when you're oppressed or you have evil spirits in you, that's enough to cause you to do things out of character and harm yourself or hurt others. And that's what happened in this case. Even, yeah, it was by her own hand, but something pushed her. And what pushed her with this negative entity or evil spirit that gave her thoughts of suicide and other harmful thoughts, suicidal thoughts. And that's what happened to her. That was, so basically she was murdered by the evil spirit, even through controlling her actions and harming and pulling the trigger. That's how they work. You know, that there was a black lady on YouTube that poured gas on somebody and lit them on fire. And she had mental illness, and she was diagnosed. She said she was hearing things in her head and stuff, and telling her what to do, and etc. It's on YouTube. It's a black lady, and but anyway, there was another guy that went into a Walmart or outside in the parking lot and started shooting people, and he had negative entities. He had mental illness, autism, etc. But this is what I'm getting that happened, that pushed her. It was the evil spirit that made her do that, even though she pulled the trigger. But she was made by this evil negative entity to do that. And I'm wondering if the people that lived in that house before Mr. Mendoza bought the house, I'm just curious if somebody, one of the previous owners, committed suicide either in that house or after they moved away from that house in another house. I'm curious if somebody committed suicide that lived there in the past. But anyway, a remote exorcism was done on that house to get rid of those evil spirits and close those doorways, because if there are people who are in mourning and depressed and etc., it'll attract more negative entities, more evil spirits. So it wouldn't be good for the family, the mother, etc. And so that's what I'm getting happen to her that caused her to do self-harm. It was these negative entities, evil spirits, that made her do it. And that's what I'm getting happened. Thank you.